Hey everyone, Andrew here, and today I'm at a cubing competition. Now the competition I'm at is Minnesota Cube Melt 2016. This is the second competition I have ever been to, but it's the first that I'm actually competing in. So I'm competing in 3 events, 2x2, 3x3, and 4x4. The 4x4 solve you're seeing right now. For 2x2, I'm using my Moyu Tangpo. I wanted to get a sub 10 average and a sub 7 single. You'll see if I get those times later. I definitely average sub 10 at home, but I thought that my times might be a little worse at the competition if I'm a little bit nervous. Anyways, for 3x3, I'm using my stickerless YJ Long, and I want to average sub 34 and get a sub 30 single. And for 4x4, what you're seeing now, I'm using my Mini Moyu Aosu. But as it turns out, there was a 1.5 minute cutoff, so if you did not get at least 1 minute 30 solve in one of your first 2 solves, you did not get to finish your average. I did not get to finish my average because of that, but I did get a personal best for 4x4. So this solve you're seeing right here, my first one, is actually my personal best. I was very happy about that. And then my second one was also sub 2 minutes. So both of my solves were sub 2 minutes for 4x4. So that was really good for me. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show some footage I took of puzzles that weren't mine that I thought were really cool. And I'm going to talk about them. So that should be fun. And right about there is my 4x4 personal best. So here you can see all sorts of puzzles that people brought, obviously highlighted by the giant Hishu 3x3 and the Shengxiao 10x10. This next one is a stickerless YJ Yuhu Megamings that someone stickered with black stickers. They said that was their own idea. They did it before the Phantom 3x3 came out. You can see here someone put the 10x10 into super flip pattern. I would be pretty scared to do that. Next is a custom-made 5x5x3 built out of a Shengxiao 5x5. This proves that magics are not durable and can break extremely easily. Here's an octagonal 3x3 modded from a Guanlong. It's not quite finished yet. This is a metal cube. It was extremely heavy, but it actually turned pretty well considering what it was. Now this right here is the Crazy Li Ying or Yiling or whatever Fisher Cube by Moyu. This was an extremely cool puzzle. I solved it. It was so much fun. This next one is a Shengxiao Aurora. It turned very well for an Aurora, but obviously the stickers were removed, and it was marked with letters for blind solving. Here, someone was selling 100 Guanlongs. I think they sold about 50 of them. And this right here is the Yushin Mini Keychain Cube. This turned extremely well for a little puzzle. But I personally like the Yushin Big Cube more than the little cube. Not because it turns better, actually the little cube turns better, but because it's big, and I think that's really cool. It's not extremely big, though. It's small enough so that you can still hold it and finger trick your algorithms normally. I just think it was so much fun, and it turned really well, actually. But it definitely was not as big as the Dianxing 3x3, which was just extremely big. Could not be held or finger tricked normally. You had to use your entire hand to turn it. But that wasn't even the biggest, because someone brought the giant Hishu 3x3, which is just massive. This right here is a Fisher Cutter Cube. Someone designed it themselves and 3D printed it with a 3D printer they had at their house. This is such a cool puzzle. It turns really well for a puzzle that's been 3D printed, especially since it's been broken in. I solved it, and it was a lot of fun to solve. That's a 2x2x1, also 3D printed by the same person. Can't really corner cut, but it's always 3 moves away from being solved, so does it need to corner cut? No. This is a 3x3 made out of a Dian 2x2, made by the same person with the 3D printer. Basically, all he did was he cut off the locking mechanism, cut off the corners, and stickered it like a 3x3. Chris Olsen was there. He helped organize the event, and of course won 2x2. I also met Jehua Rubix. The point is, the competition was awesome. So now for my 2x2 and 3x3 solves. So for 2x2, my best time, which you're seeing right now, was a 7.11. So unfortunately, I did not get the sub 7 single that I wanted, but I got pretty close. My average was an 8.74, so not only did I get the sub 10 average that I wanted, but every single one of my solves was sub 10. I was pretty happy about that. And then for 3x3, I got 2 sub 30 singles, and I wanted at least one, so that's good, and my average was 31.86, which is pretty good for me, especially considering I thought my times would be a little bit worse being nervous at a competition. The solve you're seeing right here, the best one of the average, was just barely sub 26. It was a 25.999, so yeah. My next video will be a video showing 3 puzzles that I got at the competition. I won't tell you what they are, you'll have to stay tuned. Probably subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you for watching, bye.